Welcome back to part 2 of the Viper Droid build. So, it's an Imperial probe droid. Yeah. When we left, we had just concluded bag 4. So it's 78. So just up at the literal halfway mark. Yep, the two look like each other, so a good start. We're now on to bag 4, which I believe Yep, that's the one I tore open accidentally earlier. Oh my god. It's not too worrying when the bag comes with two separate smaller sub-bags, but as much as I don't as much as I don't null normally, I just like wing it and free for all it, this strikes me as a nightmare in waiting. Rocket engines. It's the unicorn piece. Okay. I'll be fine. This won't be a this won't be at all terrifying. No. Everything will be lovely. Yes, I do enjoy making Lego. Yes, I do enjoy playing with Lego. But there are certain points where I'm just like, look at how many small pieces are involved. This is going to be a thing. So we're on to the legs of the probe droid now. And they were ugly, spindly things to deal with just watching on screen, let alone actually trying to replicate in Lego. And so apologies to every probe droid out there for calling your legs ugly, but they are. They're just... But that's the thing, they're functionally effective, they do the job, but boy... It's like what happens when a squid basically gets arthritis. It's pretty much these droid legs. So... let the nightmare begin. No, I'm not looking forward to this section at all. Why do you ask? God, look at that. Also not helped by the fact my fingers have just started to sweat slightly because I've had to switch on a bunch more stage lighting. And it's like, not now. Don't get the drops now. Okay. Inside. That goes inside. Okay. And a 1x3. Got a wedge thingy. A little one of these. Ooh. Okay. Yeah. It's come together okay so far. Rocket engine by 2. Oh, come on. Okay, yeah, that's the... You're pretty much certain that like, the Empire would be using these for barbells. And here's the thing, the Imperial probe droid just implied by it. We got to see it for so few moments on screen. But the whole design spec of it implied a whole bunch of other uses for it. You know, I would like to just have it around in the background of something like The Mandalorian or in a Star Wars video game, where kind of like it is the Star Wars equivalent to the Mr. Handy from Fallout. Okay, that way, that way. I have a feeling it's going to be a lot more of these. Okay, rockets. It's also one of the Star Wars technologies that's really hard to figure out how you would replicate it in if you're going to make it a real tech, like a humanity meets Star Wars real tech, because it just like glides over the ground. And I know Star Wars has things like repulsor lifts and stuff. It's just it's a technology that's just not there at the moment. Because also it's not, we could chuck a bunch of giant fan blades under a squid. But it still doesn't make the same, like, obviously the sounds are different. The problem with our current drone technology is just a feature of the displacement of air is what creates the noise on the drone. So low noise drones are just basically less efficient than loud drones. Okay, there's a bunch of engine parts that are just making a reuse here. Okay. All right. Nope. Here we go. Yeah. Okay. So this type of build move where you've got to have a tiny fragment or fraction of the brick sticking out, the axle sticking out the end of the brick. I'm not huge on needing my Lego builds to be super precise and stuff, but that's one of the ones where I'm always like, yeah, I don't know how much. Okay. Wedge goes there. Build one of these. Click it on backwards. Connect on. Oh wow, that's okay. That was the other nightmare I had all the way through building this, was that I would do what I just did and then pieces would go meet the floor and I'd never see the pieces again. Okay. This is okay, there's precarious and then there's whatever the hell level of precarity we're at here. Not comfortable with this. Not comfortable with this at all. Okay. Scanner. Oh. Okay. So that's how they're plugging the legs in. The little Technic piece at the top. Everything about this feels really precarious right now. Okay. I cannot fully explain how nervous I feel about this build. gonna put that back over there. Ah! And it fell off. Oh, this is gonna give me nightmares. This is going to be an absolute nightmare to place. Okay, alright, look. Currently, the way the setup this looks more like my probe droid is trying to catch a bus than it's like an Imperial recon death machine. But we'll get there. Alright. Oh. I gotta see if I can scroll in on that, but no. I remind myself I enjoy building Lego and Lego is fun. But, wow. I don't even know what that part is I'm looking for. I don't even think that's it. Okay. There it is. What even is? So I woke up one morning and said, hey, what if we were to build a really complicated Lego model? There are parts in here I just do not recognize in the slightest as to where they came from, what they were. I mean, some of it I recognize, various tools that have been adapted into this process, but this piece has been an absolute classic mainstay of Lego building for decades. I think I first had one of these type of pieces in my Lego spaceship when I was a youngling, back in the 80s. It's like the 1970s space Lego, the 80s space Lego. Okay. Alright, that's the piece I'm looking for. That goes in there. We had another clippy bit goes on. Outside. So the question I have is, if you're the person who designed this, were you just kicking around the apartment one day, staring at your posters of the probe droids, going, I can model that? And then you went off and you sketched out and worked out what parts you needed and what bits you could use and so forth. Or did you have a moment where you're like holding a piece and went, hey, that would be an awesome leg joint for a probe droid, I should get on that? Okay. Now, the telescopes have been, like, when Lego built the little telescopes for a minifig to hold, I don't think they had the slightest clue how versatile these things were. Okay. Goes in there. And these little clip things goes there. It's got a point at right angles across. So that plugs in there. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to leave this upside down for the next bit of the build-ishness. Hey, okay. So these pieces that are left on the tray are going to turn into yet another arm for this floating monstrousness of Imperial Droid. Like, this little sequence strikes me as the sort of thing that, you know, you're kicking around with spare parts and pieces and you just like slacking things together and going, hey, if this then that. Because, you know, once you built this little axle wheel set, that looks like it came off someone built a train or something like that, and like, hey, there's other uses for it. But yeah, there's certain points where you just, I look at a Lego build and go, how? How did your brain look at these pieces and say, this is the sequence that they need to go together? Okay, wedge on top. Facing downwards. Goes underneath. Clicky thing go there. Okay, so far so good. Surprisingly, like, concentration intensive when you're doing and of course when you misplace pieces. Okay, that doesn't seem right. Nah, Lego, you haven't done what I think you've done to me, have you? Wait, that's not the right. What am I doing? Okay, I think... Alright, so I'm going to put a quick improvisation together because I possibly used the wrong piece. Go back up and see if... I don't have a piece I'm expecting. That's the best way to describe it. Oh, that piece is needed. Okay. Wait. When I split the bag open earlier, I dropped at least one piece to the floor. I think, yes, Yes, I did. Oh, my nightmare went from coming true to being solved. Okay, so this piece, it requires that piece. Builds that underneath it. Puts 2 of those across the top. Oh, honestly, the whole reason I got the tray out was to stop that from happening to me. And it did, anyway, because yeah, the Lego sweat is just starting. That level of... Your fingers just get that little bit tacky, and it's not that they grease up, it's that they actually get a little bit sticky, so you don't release as cleanly as you'd like to. So you're holding something, and next thing you know, you thought you've let go, but it's stuck to your finger just a fraction. Like... Okay, that's not holding together anywhere near as nice as I would have liked, but I figured I was in a little bit of nightmare mode coming into this. Okay, wedge. 1x1 cheese wedge. Tiny little square. Weirdly shaped spiky thing. That's not you. Other weirdly shaped spiky thing. Lining up on the vertical. Single axially thing. Oh yeah, this is turning into a nightmare. So wedge thing face downwards. Thingy goes on the back of the unicorn horn. Next leg has been attached. Hurrah! We're now on to 5. And dear Elvis above, there's a lot of spare greevils. Look at this stuff. I assume it comes into play. Like, these things look pretty obviously like they're about to be blade saws. Chainsaws, like full Mr. Handy mode. Alright. Don't know what we're going to do with those, but we will do with them when we do. Box, bag number 5. It is sort of sitting close to 20 minutes a bag. Much as I was optimistic about that previous round, not knowing where a part was, definitely. Means there should be about 2 hours of the build time total. Up there. Okay. The other thing about being this far down into the build sequence is definitely, you know, attacking us There's Lego chalk, that's what we need. It also means the bag opening starts to get harder. And of course, then you start using more pressure and strength, and the risk of exploding a bag across the room increases, so that's why the sharp toys are out. Alright. Movement number 116. 117. 180. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of this. Okay. It's a 1x4. There's smooth plate, hinge thingies. Okay, it's apparently an all-in-one molded piece. There are some weird pieces in here that clearly wouldn't have been customed for this. They must have been like in place already, and then they went, hey, we could use this for the... I can make a probe droid out of that. I have no idea. So I guess what I should do after this is go on the Bricklink and look up some of these weirder pieces and see what kits they're from, what other builds and stuff use this sort of thing. Though I think I'll be contentedly just showing off my probe droid. I did miss a move. Too busy trying to second guess the designers, not busy enough first guessing them. Oh, that's new. Ooh. Oh, bring the Technic in. Get a bit of that on you. Yeah, that's nice. Level it up, get the Technic on the other side. Level it back again, got the Technics in place. Got the gears, it's looking nice there. Whatever this is, goes there. Oh wow, that's a piston. Yeah, that's... Would you look at that? That's really nice. Get that across to the back there. Yeah, but okay, taking a moment. That's really well designed. So that now that makes sense. Like, leave it. Those. Oh, kind of want to get more of those pieces. Can I put? Okay, I definitely think I should look that piece up. I think it would go nicer in a Lego Serious Play build where you could like put it into a specific kit where the purpose of it was to, you know, give you leverage and lever type motions. Okay, let's build this thing. I need 2 of these. one of these per each, so 2 of these in total. One of these, one of those. One by one flat tile, 1 by 1 flat tile. Create some by one. The claw. Can't move as far back. There we go. Yep. Starting to look like it. Okay, we're about to build another claw from the remaining component parts I have to hand. I think this used to be... Oh! This used to be the video camera. I remember this. Like, it used to be a couple of pieces longer, but that definitely is a video camera. Now, these are clearly silencers. But I know LEGO doesn't make weapons. So we have this amazing array of third-party providers who 3D print LEGO compatible guns, because gun culture and LEGO, I mean, I get, in a sense, you know, if you're going to use LEGO to build replicas of major historical events, but at the same time, a LEGO AK-47? I don't know, man. Okay. Still got so many parts over here. Like a whole... Oh, mind you, this is the upper half of the droid to go, so there's still plenty of opportunity for weirdness to take place. Okay. Like I said, this is the point in time where your fingers just get that little bit tacky and you just find yourself flinging bits. Which way is that? This doesn't seem right. There we go. Okay. So many claws. And okay. This plugs into... That's not right. I want a right angled one, that one. Plugs in there. I will place it gently upon the ground through the means of gravity. Alright. The claw. Alright, that's how it goes in. Do you reckon the Empire Scratch builds these? Yeah, orders in 1,000. Okay, there's still one more to build. Now, if you're working at the Imperial Droid factory, this is like, yeah, we got 24 legs. We're just going to go make stuff. Like, hey, I gotta have 12 legs over here. You want to install something? Because also, I wonder whether there are things like, you know, a whole bunch of AT-ATs where someone went, yeah, we've got all these spare parts. You know, let's see what we can put together. Right angles, silencer thingy. It's totally not a silencer. Hand claw grip thing. The claw. Okay, we're at... Gonna do this twice or once? Starting to look like a droid. think Empire established that probe droids had a sort of basic intelligence, not necessarily like an R2-D2 level sentience. We're up to bag 6, by the way, as I start to pontificate on this. But the idea of, the probe droid rises up and just tangling over its legs, and sort of probe droids hovering into base looking sheepish as they need to be untangled. Or that you could block probe droids in sort of suburban, urban environments by just chuck a few tablecloths over them, or take them out of the play by knocking out. You're being pursued by a probe droid, you run through the local washing lines. Bag 6 is in deployment at this point in time. Coming in on my 20 minutes a bag average, so I can't tell whether as this far in I'm getting better or worse at building. I think worse. My hands are definitely starting to feel it. But here we go. Last bag. The droid is starting to look pretty good. Just take the tray of parts out for a second. This is where we're at, 5 bags in. Probe droid is looking fancy. It will get shuffled back out to the safe zone off camera where it's not in danger of getting cleaned out by a build. Bag 6. And oh, I shouldn't have shuffled them. Like, oh, what the heck, let's get in it. Let's just do this. All in, all or nothing. The first part requires me to find... Now, this was a piece. Love this little piece. It came... Again, this is one of those really old pieces, but it was a traffic cone, traffic light. It shows up... I actually used it in an expansion pack for a LEGO Series Play. Never got a chance to run because of the end of the world. I can go back and revisit that sometime. Let's go back to camera and get my toys. Alright. Oh, please tell me I'm going to be building directly on it. Yep. Okay. Two grey bulbs, 2 grey bulbs. I think I've put these in the wrong spot. In fact, now looking at the alignments, I have put them in the wrong spots. There are always rebuilds. I do not ever successfully get a LEGO kit together first pass without having a late stage, hey, wait a second, rebuild. It's kind of a thing. Alright, let's put this together. These are nice little pieces. I bought a bunch of these to use as different bases for the LEGO Series Play ducks. Ended up merging them into my major LEGO kit. Again, the duck exercise, just getting traction with Series Play was really tough. That was pre-Plague. 1x2s, 1x2s. I just know that there's somebody watching this right now, and I just want to apologize to you personally for the fact that I'm such a mess at my Lego sorting, and I appreciate the fact you're still with me, despite the fact that I'm clearly making... I feel like I'm making you twitch just watching this, but I am acknowledging that, yes, I'm not doing it your way, and I hope that that's okay. That, you know, you're going to come out at the end of the day going, this was fun, I've got to watch someone build Lego, and I had a good time, even if they can't sort to save themselves. I mean, if I was sorting to save others, I'd probably put more effort in. And if someone was there saying, hey, sort this or else, in a very, the or else was not a pleasing outcome, I would probably put more effort into the sorting. But it's just for me. Okay, what are we up for? We are up for the giant ice cream cone attack. Yeah, all these seem to be roughly the same length-ish, enough. Well, if I'm wrong, I'll just rebuild. The thing I do actually genuinely like about Lego is I can stuff up to my heart's content, and my heart is very content to stuff things up on a regular basis. Just knowing that I can take the pieces apart and try again. That I do love though how well they've found pieces that interlock, and that real crisp, satisfying interlocking you get. I mean, look at that. That's just, it gives you texture on the side, but it doesn't feel like there's a gap. Right, what are we building in next? We need a tan. Now, the obvious joke here is to say we need a tan and a cosine, but, you know, I'm only going to say that just because. Got a gold piece, a grey boomerang. Again, there are proper names for Lego pieces, but one of the things we just genuinely came to the conclusion about when we were starting to train as serious play practitioners is there are proper names, but then there's also just the straight out fun of just, you know, enjoying talking about the parts and the pieces as, well, that's full Dalek. Yeah, that should be running around the place on a couple of little sort of wedge things, chap. Exterminate. Alright. Whatever it was I was doing before, I just got distracted. Yeah. 2 of these. They're going together. These little part pieces were a genius idea by someone in the Lego factory. They've just been... They've shown up in so many different ways and complex builds. Okay, what do we got? Paddle pops by 3. Sorry for making you twitch back there. 3 paddle pops. 1 ice cream sandwich. I'm making it up as I go along now. Boomerang. Boomerang. The boomerang, not to be confused with the yamerang. And 1. And which way around are they? Oh wait, that. Okay, one more of those. Now this is a neat little trick. So you see there's a stud in the center. And you've got the holes on the top of these pieces, which it's hard to see through that one. But you basically end up being able to snap things in the center. So it lets you do like little triples like we've got here. Now that's going to go on to... I put it together the wrong... I placed it in the wrong order. Ow. That goes... Yep, that goes in there. This absolutely screams that they're going to build a piece over the top. That needs a piece there. The other design thing that they've seems to be a design tradition is using really high color contrast structural pieces. So quite often the inner cores of these dark grey models have like ridiculous purples and pinks, which is really awesome. But it's just one of those things where as you're putting it together and you're assembling this lurid green and red and purple clash of styles and colors, and then you just like layer on this, hide all of the sins. Oh, I need one of those weird ice cream cone things. These are great, these bricks. Being able to just go pop in a 90-degree right angle and create cool stuff around it. Super, super intense. Okay, that seems to be that for the round. Let's try and get this the right way round this time. Starting from the back, put the weird ice cream cones go up front. One goes underneath. All right. Two in play. It's interesting to be able to break out some really, it's strictly 45-degree angle up there, but just a little bit of leeway and a little bit of brick placement there, stopping the movement. It's just those little touches the developers and the designers put in. Okay, so we need another one of these. Okay, one of those. There's a lot of, when I'm building, there's a lot of one of these and one of those because I have no idea what the pieces are called. I don't really mind not knowing. Oh, look at this. So there's a little crosshatch in the center here. And that just... Look at that. Look at freaking that for absolutely nailing. Like, here is an infrastructure piece that needs to do something important. And just, boom, perfect. Alright. Now I've finished marking out about that. I need one. these, one of those. So the 1x1s, 2x3, 2 upward facing wedges, not to be confused with the downward facing dog. Facing wedges, yeah, that's all the parts. Okay, so we go one there, one there, one at the back, one at the front. Oh, that's going to build over a nice little, ah yes, a boomerang piece. Yeah, that's setting up nicely. And the one. So 2, the round 1x2s. Satisfying. Stuff. 1x2. That's what I'm looking for. It's a 1x2 and it's in here. Just get the... Occasionally, as I'm building, I will do a little sort of pseudo sort. Cheese wedge. Okay, the return of one of my most hated parts. I really, really hate these ones. These tubes give me so much hell in my serious play activities. Okay. Paddle, 1x1, second paddle, a slight offsetting, and the ice cream sandwich. Don't know what's going there, but something's got to be going there reasonably soon in the build. These little flat wedgy things, they're really interesting because they give you a split level. So you end up having a full brick here and a part brick there. Oh, sorry, a 2/3 brick, because each full brick is 3. That's 1/3, so it takes 3 of those. So you end up with a sort of stepwise construction. Makes it kind of, again, it's one of these things where someone mind, you know, you guys like your Ryan McNaughts and, you know, your Brickman has a mindset that can just look at something and break it down into those component elements of, okay, I need this, this, and this. It's got to be this high, this wide, this strong, this long. That there's all that sort of from the training, from the, you know, practicing and working with the pieces, being able to recognize how they come together. All right, we are heading into the homeward stretch. I can just feel it. And the fact that I know that there was only ever 100 pages worth of instructions. We're on the last bag. Oof. This one's tough. That gap I saw is being filled. These are little, like, robust little combinations that give you some movement. Unexpected movement. Like, that's a full chain link fence you can build there. That's got some really interesting potential down the track. So you take a single and a double. The other thing that's interesting here is, just to take a note, this is layered to 1 1/3 brick. Once we plug it in back here, you see it's starting to fit alongside. So there is there's always a rhyme and a reason, but you can see the little channel down the back here being prepared for a connecting brick that'll hold the model together. And here we come with the connecting bricks. So what do we got? We got I'm going to set these aside first. 1x4, a 1x3, a boomerang, 1x2 angle, 1x2 right angle, a 1x, I think that'd be a 1x1 hinge. Yeah, you can correct me in the comments below. I like these pieces. They're so much utility. Again, first time I used one of these on my Lego spaceship kit back in the 70s. And where's my hinge? There's my hinge. Alright, how do we put this together? Put that out that way. The 4 comes in the back. Yep. The channel was set. The channel is now in use. Oh, that's clever. So, alright, I want to show this. The placing here is tying in to the midpoints. That's... Come on. It's tying in beautifully if I can get it to fit. There we go. That just puts that nice little extra bit of control and structure over it. Right angled wedge goes into play there. The good thing about a model like the Probe Droid is that the Probe Droid itself in the movies was inherently lumpy. Like there were bits everywhere on it, so I think that's where it's going. It's going there. Again, just watching pieces get built up into it, it's so nice. Alright. 1, 2. The eyes of Davros being built up the front there. Alright, what we got? Oh, a couple of internal support structure builds. Alright, so let's get our pieces together. We need a 2x3, little triangle wedgy bit, another boomerang, a lumpy bit, the ice cream sandwich, a blank piece of paper, and a dot. Alright. I've been gradually filling that up as we go through. I love how these little pieces have become like fillers. If you need to hold down a position, they're using a lot more of these rather than the little 1x1 squares. Okay, what do we got next? We've got another paddle. Paddle and the little baby rocket engine. Yeah, hold that for a second. I want to build the other piece. Baby rocket engine. Paddle. Okay. Start putting the other bits I need on the top. I need 2x2, little 1x2 wedge, nearing to the end of the boomerang stash. I'm running low on ice creams. Almost there. That holds that together. Two of those, two ice creams. Yep. Done it. I accidentally squish a piece. Okay, yeah, I did miss a brick, as I do. This thing's, I occasionally miss a brick, and I'll just be like, okay, got to work my way back up the model till I find where I missed it from. Something won't be in the right alignment. Like, there was a brick that was out by a level. Ice cream sandwich number 1 goes side there. At least it tries to. It succeeds. Ice cream sandwich number 2 goes just behind it. Boomerang slots in. Takes pride of place there. We put a wedge that way. We assemble the world's smallest rocket launcher. All right. What we got there? Extensive use of the paddles. So these started off as minifig tools. Like that's a wrench. And they've now become this sort of super versatile hinge. Find the little rocket thingy. That's a big rocket thingy. There we are. This little rocket thingy goes on the inside. There we go. So many adjustable bits. Hey, the big rocket thingy is getting its time in the proverbial sun. Click, click, boom, boom, bang. Okay, I've definitely got that wrong somehow. How far back do I need to go to... Let's try and understand where I went wrong. That's going to come off. Hang on. It's going to be... yeah, watch me get confused in real time, because something is very much wrong. Oh no, it's that far back? That can't be right. Okay. Yes, I've gone quiet as I'm trying to figure this out. Okay. Don't know what I've done, or if I've done anything differently on this. Wait. Okay. Okay. There. The rocket plugs in there. I cannot tell you. Okay, I'm just going to go with it. I don't know how I redid it correctly and wrong in the first place, but things have most definitely changed in the build, and I'm okay with that. I think I've got one of the brick alignments out by 90 degrees, possibly. Oops. Yep, the brick sweats are starting to get just that little greased up. Alright, we're almost there. We are on the homeward stretch. It's gone a lot longer on the second, this last one, because I made quite a few mistakes. But we're going to swing it out, get it done, and chitter, squeak, and generally converse my way through the tail end of this build proceedings. Okay, that goes into there. Excellent. Another one of these. These are nice little symmetrical constructions. Aesthetically pleasing and functionally useful. Click. And 3 up. Alright. It should be facing this way. Which to the back. 1x4 behind. 1x2 in place. Looks down facing wedge. 172. Da 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 da. Okay, 2x2. It's starting to really feel good here. Like, it's starting to look really the business. It's my support thing I've been waiting to build for quite a while is in place. build it like the Millennium Falcon. I'm not going to. Okay, what do we do to finish stuff? We need... That's some weight. That's a nice heft. Yeah, the Lego physics required to pull off the Wi-Fi signal there. They must have spent ages designing these and just messing around with prototypes to get that right. I need a circle. Okay, this is the point where I can feel I'm going to make a mistake if I'm not careful. I want to be back by 1, not 2. I want a circle at the end there. A square. One, 7, 6, what do we need? We need 3 flat tiles, one with a raised dot thingy in the middle. Eh. I have completely lost track about where everything is. Okay, there we are. That piece is just not liking it. Uh, 178, I'm going to skip the stickers and go straight into I love that. That is roller skate. That is just wonderful. Here, Pro Droid hobbies include roller skating, oh wow, Okay, bring you back into the center frame for the closeout. A lot of junk parts. Okay, there we have it. The Empire probe droid, constructed in about 2.5 hours. Just how that? Oh God, how did that attach? A bit of a nightmare. I love the fiddliness of the designs and, you know, the sheer range of poses and things you can do with it. But wow, would I not want to have small children have to try and deal with this, because that got really frustrating at parts. I had to backtrack quite a distance after being out by one brick. Like, I also have a strangely large number of leftover pieces that don't even seem to show up on the inventory. So I don't actually know what this little sort of blade piece was for, and I can't see it on the inventory list. So yeah, thanks for the bonus parts there, Lego. Much genuinely appreciated. But don't know why we got them. Anyway, I think I could probably put that onto somewhere. Yeah, I'm really happy with this. So here we have it. And one Viper droid. Hefty little beastie. Rotating top turn plate. Many points of articulation. And a nice little base for it to go on. So that'll do it. And cheers, thanks for watching, and let me know if you want to see some more Lego builds.